We all have dreams. We want to build something meaningful, achieve something great, and live a life that feels fulfilling. But somehow along the way, we find ourselves stuck. We delay taking action, we doubt our abilities, we make excuses, and sometimes, just when success is within reach, we do something to mess it all up. And then we wonder, why? Why do we get in our own way? It's easy to think it's just a lack of discipline or motivation. Maybe we assume we're just lazy or not cut out for success. But the truth is, self-sabotage isn't random. It's not about willpower or intelligence. It's a deeply rooted pattern driven by subconscious fears and beliefs, most of which we don't even realize are there. And unless we become aware of these hidden forces, we'll keep repeating the same frustrating cycles over and over again. One of the biggest reasons we sabotage ourselves is because, deep down, success feels scary. That might sound strange. After all, isn't success what we want? But success means change. It means stepping into something new, something unfamiliar. And our brains are wired to seek comfort, to hold on to what's familiar, even if that familiarity is struggle or failure. Think about it. If you succeed, your life will be different. You might have to take on more responsibility. People might expect more from you. You might have to let go of old habits, old identities, or even relationships that no longer fit. And that's terrifying. Even if we say we want success, a part of us is deeply afraid of what it might demand from us. So without even realizing it, we start putting up roadblocks. Maybe we procrastinate on important work. Maybe we take on distractions that pull us away from our goals. Maybe we convince ourselves that we're not ready, that we need more time, more training, more confidence. It's not that we don't want success, it's that we're afraid of the unknown that comes with it. And then there's the self-doubt, that little voice that whispers, "Who do you think you are? You're not good enough. You'll mess this up just like before." This isn't just negative thinking. It's often the result of years of conditioning. Maybe you grew up in an environment where success wasn't encouraged. Maybe you were told not to aim too high, not to draw attention to yourself, not to expect too much from life. Maybe every time you tried to step up, someone made you feel small, so you learned to stay in the background. And now as an adult, that programming still lingers. Even when opportunities come your way, you find a way to push them aside because deep down, you don't believe you deserve them. The tricky part is that all of this happens beneath the surface. Self-sabotage isn't always obvious. It doesn't always look like someone deliberately ruining their chances. Sometimes it looks like perfectionism, convincing yourself you can't start something until everything is perfect, which of course never happens. Sometimes it looks like overcommitting, taking on so many things at once that you never really make progress on the one thing that truly matters. Sometimes it looks like waiting for the right time, the right mood, the right circumstances, except the perfect moment never comes. So how do we break out of this cycle? How do we stop blocking our own success? The first step is awareness. You can't change what you don't see. Start paying attention to the moments when you hesitate, when you put things off, when you suddenly feel unmotivated or overwhelmed. Ask yourself, is this really about laziness or is it fear? Is this really about being too busy, or am I avoiding something? Self-sabotage thrives in the shadows, but the moment you become aware of it, you take back control. The next step is to challenge the beliefs that are holding you back. Every time you hear that inner voice saying, "I can't do this," or "I'm not good enough," stop and ask yourself, is that actually true? More often than not, these thoughts aren't based on reality. They're based on old stories, outdated fears, and assumptions we've never questioned. Instead of automatically accepting them, start rewriting them. Replace "I always mess things up" with "I'm learning and improving every day." Replace "I don't deserve success" with "I am capable and worthy of everything I want." It might feel strange at first, but the more you practice, the more these new thoughts will start to feel natural. And then there's the discomfort. Growth is uncomfortable. Stepping into success means stepping into the unknown, and that will always bring some fear. But the goal isn't to eliminate fear, it's to learn how to move forward in spite of it. The people who succeed aren't the ones who never feel fear. They're the ones who feel it and take action anyway. So when you feel resistance, don't take it as a sign to stop. Take it as a sign that you're on the edge of something important. Another powerful shift is changing how you see yourself. Self-sabotage is often tied to identity. If you've always seen yourself as someone who struggles, then success will feel like a contradiction. So it's time to rewrite that identity. Start seeing yourself as someone who follows through, someone who deserves success, someone who can handle whatever challenges come with it. Because once you shift the way you see yourself, your actions will naturally start aligning with that new identity. And finally, take small, consistent steps. Self-sabotage feeds on overwhelm. If you look at success as one giant leap, it will always feel too intimidating. Instead, break it down into small, manageable steps. Write one page, make one phone call, show up for 5 minutes. Success isn't about doing everything at once. It's about doing small things every day that move you forward. The important thing to remember is that self-sabotage isn't a life sentence. It's just a pattern that can be broken. The fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs you've carried aren't facts. They're just old programming that no longer serves you. And the moment you decide to challenge them, you take back your power. You stop playing small. You stop living on autopilot. And when that happens, success stops feeling like something just out of reach. It starts to feel natural, inevitable. So the next time you feel yourself hesitating, doubting, or making excuses, don't beat yourself up. Just pause. Notice what's happening. Ask yourself, is this fear? Is this an old story? And then take a small step forward anyway. Because every time you do, you're rewriting the script. You're proving to yourself that you are capable, that you are worthy, that you are ready. And when you keep showing up, despite the doubts, despite the fear, success isn't just possible, it's inevitable.